I was still holding the pie when my father told me not to come home again. Pumpkin, still warm, the kind my mother says needs extra nutmeg and a ribbon of maple syrup. I'd baked it last night and driven 3 foggy hours to bring it. Thanksgiving. I was smiling when Dad said, "Return the 50,000, Nora, or don't come back." I waited for a punchline. We don't do scenes over turkey. Kayla sat with her hands folded like a wake. Owen examined the tablecloth. My mother wouldn't meet my eyes. I didn't sit. The tin turned to iron in my hands. "What are you talking about?" "Mom's account," Kayla said. Mascara clung at the corners, but her voice was flat. 50,000 vanished last month, right after you set up her online banking. Yes, I'd set it up. The app, the passwords, the prompts. We wrote them in the kitchen notebook in the drawer. 4 weeks ago. Now that was the day I supposedly robbed her. You think I stole from Mom? Owen's jaw ticked. The bank says the withdrawals were online. No one else had access. I set the pie on the counter. The tin made a small, traitorous click. I lifted my coat, swallowed the words that would scorch the room, and walked out. I didn't cry in the car. I drove to a roadside motel and checked in. The room smelled like old carpet and microwave popcorn. I sat on the bed and watched my hands shake. I'm 34, a senior forensic accountant. I spend my days following money through lies. If my family had decided I was the thief, then I'd do what I do best. I'd follow the money. Morning snapped me awake before the alarm. Lobby coffee burned my tongue while I opened my laptop on the desk. Money doesn't vanish. It changes costumes. I started with Mom's bank, Greenwell Mutual, the institution my team flagged in a broader elder abuse pattern. 3 withdrawals, each just under a reporting threshold, spaced like beads on a string. I messaged Theo in compliance, a name, a date range, a branch. Technically confidential, within my clearance. Within an hour, he sent logs and stills. 3 withdrawals, not online, in person. First, 20,000, October 10th. Second and third, 15 each, 5 days apart. Teller IDs, timestamps, the works. I clicked the footage. The pixel snow resolved into a familiar posture. A young woman at the counter, gray hoodie, sunglasses, ponytail. She tugged down her mask to speak. My breath paused. Kayla, fidgeting like always, drumming a rhythm only she could hear. She handed over Mom's ID and signed. I knew that sloped loop in hurry. The next clip. Owen, calm as a Tuesday, laughing with the teller, signing like the account was his. Third clip. Kayla again. Same hoodie, different shades. They hadn't just taken it, they'd built a story to fit around me. I pulled metadata from Mom's app. After I left, a first login came from a tablet on the home Wi-Fi. Recovery email added I didn't register. The phone tied to that email, Owen's. I printed everything. Teller slips, timestamps, still frames. I slid them into a black presentation folder, the kind that says, "This is not a conversation, this is a record." By Monday afternoon, the light fell across the old street. I parked at the curb, folder on my lap, and went in to tell the truth. They were all in the kitchen when I came in. Kayla on the counter, Owen by the fridge, Mom at the sink, Dad nearby. I set the folder on the island, opened it, and placed the stills. "You told me to return 50,000, I said. "First see where it went." Kayla stared at herself at the teller window. Owen went pale at his. Mom's towel froze. Dad cleared his throat. "Explain." "Withdrawals in person," I said. October 10th, 15th, 20th. Teller logs, signatures. First and third are Kayla. Second is Owen. The online part? A tablet on the home Wi-Fi. Recovery email tied to Owen's phone. Mom sank into a chair. "You let me think Nora did this?" Kayla's chin trembled. "You always get everything," she said. You thought if I looked guilty, you'd look better," I said. "You didn't fix a story, you burned a bridge." Owen folded his arms. "She can afford it." "It was never about money," I said. "It was about trust." Silence gathered. Dad said, hoarse, "Nora, what now?" "I'm not pressing charges," I said. "But I sent everything to the family attorney. You'll choose the next steps. I'm done choosing for you. I closed the folder. No one stopped me. Outside, the air smelled like rosemary. I drove back to Boston. I let the phone stay silent. Weeks later, I mailed Mom a flyer, financial protection for older adults, and a note. I'll save you a seat if you want. Her reply came, a porch photo of 3 kids in costumes. On the back, we were wrong, I'm learning. I kept the line unframed. Some truths are lighter carried inside.